Okay, so what we're dealing with today, we got the edge of the concrete right by the wall. So we're not able to nail it down without it busting the concrete next to the edge. It looks like it's like that in all the interior walls. So what we're going to do, again, we're going to use the jet tack. It's going to be good enough. We just got to take some certain steps to prep out the floor for the jet tack. Don't involve a whole lot, just clean it up real good. So what we're in the process of doing is just taking a little razor scraper, going around the edges where I want to be putting the jet tack, making sure it's completely clean. Want to get all the loose paint, anything that's not stuck to the concrete good needs to come up, because if we glue our jet tack, our tack strip to something that's not stuck to the concrete good, it's just going to pull loose. So we just want to clean the concrete real good. Make sure we get it all good, smooth. If we see anything sticking up, like the edge of the concrete there, we just want to chip everything back. Give us something good, flat and solid to glue to. So as you can see, it don't take much. Pieces that are about a foot long, I'll put 3 drops. If they're not very long, say 6 inches or so, I'll just put a drop on each end. Just go in between my drops of jet tack with my PAM gun, just to secure it down there real fast. Might seem like it's a little doing overly a little too much or whatever by doing this, but you're going to get the results you want at the end of the job, because your tack strip's going to be up close to the edge where there's no way you could nail that right there on the edge of the concrete. It would definitely just bust off. So in order to nail that down, you have to be way back here like these other nail holes that you can see. Which is going to leave you an inch or so away from the wall, which is not going to look good, because your carpet's going to drop off and dip before it hits the wall, and it's just not going to look good. So this way you're able to keep your tack strip nice and close, like it should be, to get some good results at the end. I do smaller pieces like this because it'll just get a better bite rather than having one long piece. A bunch of smaller pieces will allow it just to hold better. Plus, you can see it got short right there. There's a wave in the concrete or something, so you want to always make sure that your tack strip sets flat. So if there's a hump or something in the actual concrete, just cut it off there so that your tack strip will set flat on the floor. It's got to be a small piece, then it's just got to be a small piece. It is key. If your tack strip is not flat on the floor, the stuff will not hold, because it'll have give in it when you start stretching on it. And one row of tack strip is definitely good enough. You don't have to go back and put 2 rows. What you're putting down here the first time will will hold your carpet good enough to power stretch on. I always power stretch everything. So I always get my tack strip sufficient enough to hold a power stretch. And one row of this being glued down with the jet tack will definitely work. So if you'll notice, I have a piece of carpet scrap on my pan box where I set my gun all the time because it drips. What that allows me to do, I can keep one of those guns for a couple years anyway. My last one lasted a couple years. So rather than just it constantly building up on my box, when it gets too big and fat here, I'll just pull this piece of carpet off, put me another piece of carpet on there. That keeps my box nice and clean, well, to an extent, clean. Okay, so as far as putting Z-bar down, I just cut the Z-bar to the same length as my pieces of tack strip, and the same thing. I got drops of jet tack, and then I'm going right in between them with my PAM glue just to hold it securely till the jet tack holds up. And you might not think that this would hold on this slick shiny metal, but it definitely does. Actually, I was on a job one time. Actually, you can just look right here. It says metal, which is like your gripper metal, Z-bars, stuff like that. Anyway, I was on a job one time, and a guy actually used this to adhere his mailbox to the side of his house. He stuck his mailbox on the side of the house with this jet tack. It actually holds up so well. So now that I got my pieces there down, I slide it like that just so it don't stick to the concrete wherever the glue squeezes out. I'll do the same thing here. Put my nice little gob there, there, there. Okay, and then I'll just place right in it there. And carry on, same thing. Just hold it for a second right there, where that hot melt can grab a hold of it. Because we are going to be tapping down this way, and it's going to cause this to prise a little bit. It may not make it loose, but the pressure will be on the back of this. So I'm going to take this jet tack and just put like a little weld bead right down through there, if you want to call it that. It's going to hold the front of that down real good as you're tapping the Z-bar down. Squeeze it till it comes up through there. Okay, so just wanted to show no nails. This is part that we glued down here because there's an expansion joint or whatever. The edge of the concrete's right there, all the way up through here for whatever reason. Anyway, just wanted to show power stretching up next to that tack strip there. just to show that it would hold. Out. It's not no little sissy stretch, it's getting a good stretch on it. That is glued tack strip here. There, as a matter of fact, this whole room is glued down because there was cracks everywhere, even right here. I don't know what the deal with that is, but if you can see that crack there, it runs down through there. Anyway, the whole room is glued, so just want to show there ain't nothing loose there. Everything is super tight, stuck real good. Just wanted to show that the glue does hold to a power stretch. You guys seen it move as I stretch. There's plenty of stretch on it. And here's Jerry finishing stretching this room that we glued the whole thing. As you can see, nice good stretches all up in there. Nice and tight over here. And the board, we use the board when we got a sheetrock with no baseboard. That way we don't push the sheetrock in. Looks good there. You don't have to be extra careful or nothing on this. The glue is going to hold plenty good.